everyone. I'm Paula Gilbert, the editor of Connecting Africa, and I'm here at MWC Africa in Kigali, Rwanda. And with me is Philip Besiimire, who is the MD of Vodacom Tanzania. So nice. Yeah, so nice to meet you here.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here as well. Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about Vodacom Tanzania. I know you're the biggest operator out of 5 in the market, but it's quite competitive. How competitive is that, and what are kind of your focus areas at the moment?
Tanzania, yes, you're right. Very competitive market. We've got 3 operators, number 1, 2, 3, who are probably separated by just a point or 2 in terms of market share leadership, and the number 4. In total, there's about 5 or 6 active operators. So it's really competitive in that sense. As Vodacom Tanzania, we are market leaders with a big focus at the moment on a number of verticals. The GSM business, or the traditional business, remains the foundation because you need to have the infrastructure in place, connectivity, be able to provide data services, voice for customers to call. So that's the foundation. But over the last 10 to 12 years, a new business has become our big focus area, which is the mobile financial services. So you've probably heard of M-Pesa. So that
I think everyone has.
Yes, so M-Pesa is one of our biggest business areas. And whilst I call it a business, I think what I love most about it is that, and why it's a big focus for us, is that this is where you actually see the impact of what we are about. This is where you see purpose and functionality coming to life. So, we believe in having everyone connected digitally, having everyone using digital tools and services to better their lives. And there's no better place to really demonstrate this than with our mobile financial services. We've got more than 10 million M-Pesa users on our network, and they use it for from basic services like transfer of money from person to person to saving. They borrow, we offer loans, there's insurance, and name it, merchant payments, and so on. So that's an exciting thing. And then, of course, we've got other businesses like our enterprise business, where we offer connectivity and solutions to businesses, government, and the like.
Yeah, I think we've seen a big evolution in M-Pesa and other mobile money platforms, moving away from just being P2P payments into all these other areas. You said you have 10 million customers. What kind of percentage is that of the base? Is there still quite a lot of room for growth in terms of getting more customers onto the mobile money platform?
Absolutely. We have nearly 19 million customers. So, give or take, we've got another 9 million. So we can literally double the base. And I think the room for growth for me when it comes to mobile financial services and any other services that we provide is how you connect relevant products to customers. Because sometimes, in our business, people want to bring out the latest and the best and the greatest, but it's good for us, but maybe not necessarily solving customer pain points. So what I love about our financial services and why we believe there's still a lot of room for growth is that actually we're solving day-to-day problems. We're taking friction out of people's lives, and that attracts customers to us, and that keeps them on the Vodacom network.
Yeah, very interesting. I wanted to talk a little bit about the evolution of 4G in the country. So I've got some stats from one of our sister companies, Omdia. So it looks like about 80% of your customers are still on either 2G or 3G, and there's only about 20% on 4G. So what's the plan for expanding, 4G rollout and maybe converting those customers? Because I think some of it might not be that you don't have towers. It's just that people aren't actually using the service or they don't have a smartphone, right?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And it's been a recurring theme at MWC here. Everyone trying to solve for smartphone access in the different markets. And for us, yes, the numbers you quote. So just under 35% of our users actually carrying smartphones, with so many others still carrying feature phones or basic phones. And there's various reasons for this, but with the biggest one being affordability. An entry-level smartphone is about $60, give or take. You're talking about, that's anywhere from, 100,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings in Tanzania, or 1,200 rand for the people in South Africa. That's quite expensive for people that don't have enough money. So I think, and this was actually a comment that was made by one of the speakers yesterday, as providers, as network providers, we've mostly solved the infrastructure challenge, because you need infrastructure for people to be able to use 4G. And I think we've pretty much done a decent job there. Yes, we still have pockets of, of no coverage or of no 4G, but those we are fast closing. I think the biggest gap has been the access to a smartphone, and some of the things we're doing now to try and make it possible. Obviously, the biggest one and exciting one for us at the moment is device financing, where somebody will pay a small deposit, take the phone on credit, and pay either daily, weekly, or monthly. And we've seen this really taking off nicely. And I think the beauty of what we're doing is that you don't just pay a daily amount for the phone. Whatever amount you pay, let's say in Tanzania, 1,000 shillings, you will also get some free minutes, some free data to use, and some free SMSs. So there's utility being attached to your subscription, but at the end of it all, you've got a mobile phone that is capable of doing a lot more.
Okay, great. Before I let you go, I just want to ask you a bit about 5G. So obviously you guys were the first telco to launch 5G September last year, right? So I'm just interested, what's the uptick been like there? What kind of use cases are you seeing for 5G? And is there an appetite in the market for more?
Absolutely. I always think that when you launch these things, of course, you've got the early adopters. So we've got probably north of 300,000 customers that are actively logging onto our 5G network. I think that the device ecosystem is still going to be a challenge. So like I was just speaking of smartphones, this goes all the way to 5G as well. So for consumer uptake, we will still need to solve the device issue, make these phones accessible. But we believe that the biggest use case for 5G is going to be enterprise, government. How do we, for example, 5G, private networks, connectivity of industry, machine, because the kind of speeds and quality you can get from 5G with low latency, machines operated remotely, in medical facilities, you can actually get a lot of functionality out of this. And then there's exciting things that are probably still a bit far off from us, but, the metaverse, the stuff they can do there. I mean, Tanzania is, for example, blessed when it comes to like tourism. I always challenge my team and say, imagine where a tourist somewhere, anywhere in the world, can actually get almost a near-like experience of what it is to visit the Serengeti, to climb Kilimanjaro, using any of our, using some metaverse solutions.
Yeah.
So 5G use cases, I think it's largely going to be enterprise and business. And for that, you need big collaboration between ourselves as operators, other technology and solution providers, because I don't think any mobile operator has got the entire skill set and capability to develop this on their own. We're going to need government to also make it possible for us to invest maybe ahead of demand. But also we're going to need government to be embracing of technology, because if you create solutions that ordinary folks can use when they're interacting with government, it's also a catalyst for people to acquire smartphones.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much. I think we'll have to leave it there. Thanks very much to Philip Besiimire, who is the MD of Vodacom in Tanzania.